Hello, friends, and welcome to the April 27th edition of Bindlestiff's Open Stage Variety Show. It's a quarantainment special here, a pandemic performance program. Now, for those of you coming from a multi-generation household, wondering just what kind of content you're going to experience tonight, I will go ahead and let you know that the content in tonight's show cannot compare to what you see on news or the television, so I have a feeling all ages will be fine. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a Bindlestiff family circus history. We've been around for 25 years, performing in New York. We ran a theater on 42nd Street for a little while. We've toured the country, we've toured the world. And about 12 years ago, during the last global depression, we started Bindlestiff's Open Stage Variety Show. It was an experimental place for artists to come together, try new material, see what worked, see what didn't, see if you could fix what didn't. It was a home for emerging artists, professional artists, artists of all types would come in once a month for this fabulous experience. But then, as we all know, a pandemic took place. So instead of just canceling the show, we took this once a month kind of thing and moved it to every week. We're still inviting the professionals, the emerging artists, but we've created this new little situation, this technology that not everybody's familiar with. So in some cases, the emerging artists are far ahead of the professionals who haven't touched a computer in a long time. So tonight, you're going to see performances that have never been done on a stage before. You're going to see artists dealing not only with trying to fit their grand circus act into their living room, their bedroom, their small New York apartment. They're also going to be having to try to figure out how to use this keyboard, this technology, to make their live show work for you, the audience. We love what we do, and we hope you love what we do. Now, friends, I'm going to tell you that we're going to be attempting to break this fourth wall. I hope nobody has to buy a new computer afterwards. But more importantly, I'm going to tell you about something about this show because, you see, we love what we do. This is our bread and our butter. And we're hoping that a few of you out there have a little bit of butter for us. John, let's go ahead and put up the screen. Now, friends, the screen that you see up there tells you all the different ways that you can support Bindlestiff tonight. These are ways that you can send donations to the artist. So if you like what you see, go ahead and Venmo us. Go ahead and text CIRKUS to 44321 because you see all the money raised tonight goes to help feed the artist. So help us out, folks. Go ahead and donate at any point during this show. John, let's go ahead and bring that screen down. And I'm going to start with one of my favorite skills. Because you see, friends, I like to think of this as just a little moment of breath. Think of it as the 5-2-7 of showbiz. 5 seconds in, hold for 2, release for 7. And in that breathing moment, I present to you my favorite prop. Some of you out there are probably familiar with this. It's called a top. One of the oldest toys on the face of this planet. I'm going to start with the most basic, and we'll go from there. This portion of the top throwing act is simply called the wind. The wind in top throwing lingo is simply a moment for the performer to look at you, the audience. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see what's going on. Whoop. I messed up. Hang on. We'll try it one more time. Once again, the wind. I could wind all day. Now, while that's spinning, let's take a moment and think about attention spans and how they've devolved over the past few decades. 40 years ago, People would watch a top spinning like this for 20 minutes at a time. Think it was the coolest thing in the world. Wow. 17 more minutes to go. But now in 2020, people expect a little bit more excitement out of their top throwing. So in a moment, I'll give you just that. But first, once again, the wind. It's still spinning. Now, friends, we're going to go all the way to Bridgeport, Connecticut, the home of P.T. Barnum, the heartbeat of American circus. And friends, there, we're going to introduce you to the one, the only, Joe Barney. You can smell the popcorn. You can smell the cotton candy. And Joe Barney with his big top. Joe, take it away.
Hi, gang. How are you? Welcome. I cannot wait to be part of this great show tonight. Can you believe that gentleman with the tops? It only gets better, friends. It only gets better. Now, listen, I've been up here in Bridgeport self-quarantine, and I'm going crazy. I actually have a fish pond in my backyard, and I have three very famous inhabitants of that fish pond. Ladies and gentlemen, you may remember them from TV, and I have them with me today. Please welcome the world famous talking frogs, Bud, Y, and Zer. Now, many of you might remember them, and the ones who say they don't are liars. Now, what I'd like to do is I am going to call in a few of my helpers tonight because we are going to show you a little bit of circus hocus pocus. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mike. Mike, come on up here. All right, there he is. Smile, Mike. It's your big chance.
I'm so excited.
I know you are. And the other helper for tonight, who is going to represent all the ladies in the audience, is the one, the only Beans. Beans, come on up here. Say hi to everybody, Beans. Open your mouth, Beans. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, she is so verbal. That's a wonderful child. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember Bud, Y, and Zer. Now, these frogs are kind of old, and only one of them still croaks. Oh, sorry, fellas. Sorry. Still squeaks. Now, Mike, you're going to represent all the boys in the audience, and you're going to represent all the girls. Mike, this is the simple way. Have you ever been to New York City, Michael?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever been to 42nd Street, Michael?
Probably.
I thought I recognized it. Now, Mike, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention because only one of these frogs squeaks. All right? I'm going to show you which one it is, and then you're going to keep track of it. You too, girl. Here we go. We're going to reach over here. That's the squeaker. Over here, nothing. Over here, nothing. Michael, watch. Do not tell him. Michael, which one is it?
This one.
Oh, this one? I'm so sorry, Mike. That's not the one. Everybody go, oh, Mike.
Oh, Michael.
All right. I'm so sorry. Beans, which one is it?
That
See, if
one?
you had picked Beans, it's Michael. Now, Michael, there's a 50-50 shot. This is the one over here this week's. That one doesn't do a thing. Here we go, Michael. Beans, pay attention. Michael, pay attention. Now, Michael, as you can see, my hands never leave my arms. All right. Michael, which one is it?
This one.
This. Oh, Michael, this is not it. Everybody say, oh, Michael.
Oh, Michael.
You know, Michael, that is terrible. That is terrible. Beans, which one is it?
I think that one.
See, if you had picked Beans. Now, Michael, Bridgeport is a wonderful town, but they don't take kindly to people who screw up like that. So I want to give you another chance because I would feel awful if the entire audience would go around and say, look, there's Michael. And then they do this for loser. Now, let's practice that, should we not? Beans. All right, this is your chance. Michael, pay attention. This is the one right here. Here we go. Ready? Too fast? Sorry, it's too fast. 1 minute. All right, Michael, check it out. I'm going to blow your mind, Michael. Are you ready? Here we go. Michael, which one is it?
This one.
That's the one you pick. Oh, Michael, what do we say? Which one is it, Beans?
That one.
See? Michael, what is the moral of the story? The girls are always right. A big hand for Michael and Beans for coming up here and helping us. Take a bow, you two. Take a bow, Michael. Now, folks, as you can remember, Bridgeport, the home of the greatest show on earth. This is where all this kind of stuff began with the great P.T. Barnum. And we don't want it to end. And look at all of us. We're in the middle of all of this great, terrible, awful, huge pandemic. And we're all standing out there with nothing to do. We want to continue to make people smile and to spread those smiles across the across the world. And with your help, we're going to be able to do that. So enjoy the rest of the show. Have a great night. Thanks, Keith. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Joe. Always a joy to see you. Folks, it's a great pleasure to present this next performer. I've been wanting to have her be a part of Bindlestiff for many years. But you see, we have this border issue, visas, and many things that are keeping international artists from being able to perform for you people here live on stage. But when it comes to the quarantine edition, we have dug under that wall. And tonight, we are going to present one of those artists, reaching all the way outside of the United States to the other side of the world, from the land down under. Welcome, Olivia Porter.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna try. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'm back to do that again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Oh, oh, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again. All again.
Olivia Porter. Kids, don't try this at home. At least stay away from the bleach and the Windex. Well, folks, now that we've gone to Down Over, I'd like to quickly actually point out that she did that act at 9 a.m. her time. Beautiful little beer so early in the day. Now, friends, our next performer has been tickling funny bones for over 40 years. He originated a character with Cirque du Soleil. He also originated LaFau in Disney's Broadway production of Beauty and the Beast. A teacher of clown and physical comedy. Please welcome Catskill Kenny.
Well, hello there! How are you? Good evening! Happy to be here. I'm Catskill Kenny. I just got home from a pleasure trip. I took my mother-in-law to the airport. Yeah. Oh, my mother-in-law. She's an earth sign. I'm a water sign. Between the two of us, we make mud. But she birthed a beautiful girl. Oh, my wife. I love my wife. When we go out for a walk, we hold hands. If I let go, she shops. You know, a thief stole my credit card the other day, but I didn't report it because he spends less than my wife. But I don't want to bother you with my problems. I'm here to sing you a couple of songs here on the ukulele. I hope you'll enjoy it. So here we go. If you'll just give me a moment here we go. The first song is called There's No Romance in Your Soul. There are two recorded versions of this song. One is by the Hoosier Hotshots, who did it in 1930s, and the other one is by me on my debut album called My Greatest Hits. And it's called There's No Romance in Your Soul. Here we go. If you never stared at the rippling of a book, and if you never ever peeked at the ending of a book, well, you better stick your head in a bucket of coal. There's no romance in your soul. If you never sighed sort of inwardly, I mean, at the glamour queen on a moving picture screen, you better go and jump off a building or a pole. There's no romance in your soul. If you can sit in the park after it's dark with sweethearts everywhere, and if they cuddle and coo and that means nothing to you, you should be defrosted, you're a Frigidaire. If you ever kissed, felt a tremble at your knees, and you think that it's caused by a chill or by a breeze, well, get yourself a shovel and dig yourself a hole. There's no romance in your soul. Hit it! Oh, I'll hit it. Yeah, it's me. I'm all alone here. I forgot. If you can sit in the park after it's dark with sweethearts everywhere. And if they cuddle and coo, and that means nothing to you, you should be defrosted, you're a Frigidaire. If you ever kissed and felt a tremble at your knees, and you think that it's caused by a chill or by a breeze, well, get yourself a shovel and dig yourself a hole, because there's no romance. He said there's no romance. I said there's no romance. He said there's no romance. Well, there's no romance in your soul. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. That was my first song. I'm going to do one more for you. But before I do, I just want to say hello to Magic Mike. If you're out there, Magic Mike, I want to remind you, we got brunch at Katz's on Wednesday morning. So don't forget, if you're out there, give me a call. We'll make a plan. This next song you'd never heard before, because it's the first time it's going to be done. And it was written by Kevin Brooking and myself. We used to be partners together. We were called the Garbanzo Brothers, and it's many, many years ago. You don't want to know how many years ago. And now we're back together. Of course, he's in Florida and I'm here, but we're on this thing called WhatsApp a lot. I don't know. It's a funny thing the kids use. Anyway, but we wrote this song about the situation we're in, right? How we're all in the house all the time, and, we got to change our attitude, don't we? And so this song is called Be Happy, and this is how it goes. If you're getting tired of climbing up the walls and bouncing off the ceiling and pacing through the halls, here's a little ditty. We hope you'll find it witty, and you won't be so blue as you change your point of view. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. I'm happy as a foot in a shoe, happy as a pocket in a kangaroo, happy as the ink in your tattoo. I'm happy. I'm happy as a coconut in a pie, happy as a suntan in July, happy as a sparkle in your eye. I'm happy. You be the pillow, I'll be the head. You be the jelly, I'll be the bread. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy as a corner in your room, happy as the smell of your perfume, happy as the melody in this tune. I'm happy. I'm happy as a basketball in a hoop, happy as the crackers in a soup, happy as a dog who's taken a bone. I'm happy. You be the cream, I'll be the cheese. You be the hanky, I'll be the sneeze. The docs and the nurses are working all day to keep this nasty germ all day, so we can go out and play and be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Catskill Kenny Raskin. What a joy to have you tonight. Well, folks, I would like to present to you what I like to think of as things you can try at home. Because I have a feeling with the kids at home, no school, or I guess school on the internet, but a lot of extra time, soon to be summer break, you're kind of looking for things to try out. Some of you may even be thinking, you want a circus career. You've got months to practice before the next show books. So if you want to give something a try, go grab a plate. I'll show you something real quick. Takes a normal plate. I'm going to show you two quick tricks with this. The first one is simply based on science. Looks something like this. Now, to make it just a little bit more interesting, you can do that same move with food. Today, playing the part of spaghetti, we have a juggling ball. That simple, kids. We're going to take it one step further, but I'm going to show you this one without the food, but you could give it a try with it. You place the plate right here on the hand. With the other hand, thumb going towards you, you slide it across the arm till your pinky's touching. And I'm simply going to switch the hand by going like that. Try it with your plate real quick. Let me see. A few drops out there. Just remember, you got to go real smooth till the pinky's touching, and then you're just lifting up on the plate and swapping it like that. Perfect. Give it a try all week. We'll take a look at them next week. Now, taking that one trick kind of leads into this next moment. I met this next performer when I made it out to Cleveland. I was brought out to do Whiz Bang, Pinch and Squeal's big variety show. And out in the lobby, there was a performer doing what you would call combo tricks. Combination tricks are amazing feats. There's a whole long list of phenomenal performers that have done this over the years. One of my folks that are still out there doing it now, Larry V. I don't know if you're watching, but hearts with you, buddy. But now, when it comes to the combination trick, what they are is they're taking a multitude of different little tricks that you've mastered over the years. Tricks that singularly, people may not worry about them. But if you can take 5 or 10 different skills, combine them into one, it can be amazing. Taking the next level to multi-skill, welcome to the screen, Dan Wasdale. Thank you, Dan. Your Facebook page makes me so happy. I check it out all the time, every day. He's doing more and more phenomenal feats, more objects like just flying around that small little space. Check him out. So folks, we're trying to feed artists here. We're trying to entertain you, but we're also trying to take care of our artist folk. And the best way to do that is for you to send a little bit of donation to us all. You can use the Venmo. You can use the text. We'll take it in any form, PayPal, or even just a visit to the Bindlestiff Family Circus donation page. $5, $10, $20, $100. We can use it all. Help us out, folks. Every dollar you give us goes into the performers' pockets and helps them get groceries for this coming week. Now, this next group of artists is such, it's been years since I've been able to hang out with them. We've shared stages of all different kinds over the years, some of them before the kids arrived, and some of them since the families arrived. They left New York, moved to West Virginia, and have taken this family and made a performance realm of just dynamite and terror and love all packed together in one. Welcome now, the Fleet Family 5.
All right. Hi, Pete. Hi, everybody. Wow, so many amazing acts in the show so far tonight. We're thrilled to be part of this amazing experience. We're so happy to be on the show. We wore our best pajamas because that's what we wear every day now.
Live from our basement, we're the Fleet Family 5. I'm Thrill Kill Jill.
I'm Tyler Fire.
Pink Lightning, Duke Dynamite, and that's
And we've been cooped up in captivity together for what feels like forever. We need some kind of quarantine escape.
Escape.
We've already done everything we can think of, right? We watched Tiger King. We sang the whole Lion King. We played checkers. We played Chinese checkers. We had a birthday party, and we ate the whole cake ourselves. So that part wasn't so bad. Thank goodness it's springtime. We went outside. We went bird watching. We went stargazing. We spied on the neighbors. We watched the caravan. We planted a garden. We've done everything with these boys.
We've had such a wonderful time with our children that we thought it might be a good idea to share them with the rest of the world again. So we asked them where they would want to go, and they said they want to go where the place where their toys were made.
Toys.
So we're gonna pack them up and we're gonna ship them to China. Nash, what are you gonna do when you get to China?
I'm gonna hug a panda.
Hug a panda. Dude, what are you gonna do?
Maybe beef and broccoli.
Beef and broccoli.
Psych, broccoli sucks.
Broccoli does suck.
They do. What? What's the difference between boogers and broccoli? I don't know what. I don't eat broccoli.
Gross. Hank, go wash the boogers off your hands.
Oh, Hank, remember, just like we practiced, get front and back and side to side and sing your ABCs.
Okay. A-F-G-A.
Wait, what? Who's your teacher?
Dad?
Hey, don't look at me. They spell circus with a K.
And you spell fire with a Y.
Good point. I hope the kids don't have the same homeschool teacher next year. By the way, does anyone know who I can call to get a substitute? Right. Okay. Seriously. So,
We've been really responsible parents.
we have.
Yeah.
We've tried everything to make sure these boys have a safe and joyous journey all the way to China. So
Nice, Hank.
we tried to get them masks because we heard that China has a real problem with cooties
It's a pretty serious cootie problem over there,
these
yeah.
days, right? But you know, you can't find masks anywhere. I scoured and scoured the internet. In fact, my Google search results will never be the same again. Looking at all these medical websites, we did in fact find an apparatus that will keep these boys from
Touching
touching.
their faces!
Right. All right, boys. Take
All
it out.
right, thanks. All right, here we go. All right.
What we have here are 3 real, genuine, authentic, knitted little kid straitjackets.
The kind you find in real, authentic, genuine little kids insane asylums.
All right. Now it takes just a minute to get the boys tied up in their straitjackets. And in this time, we're going to fill you guys at home in on a few fun facts about the Fleet Boys. For starters, these are their real legal names: Hank Lightning, Duke Dynamite, and Nash Chopper Fleet. Because it turns out, when kids are born, they let you name them anything you want. Yeah, you just fill out this form in the hospital.
Birth certificate comes in the mail. March for life.
But that's not all. These boys all have holiday birthdays. Hank Lightning, our firstborn here, was born on the 4th of July. He's our little firecracker. So Hank Lightning, go ahead and give yourself a great big hug. There we go. We'll tie you up tight. Keep you from touching your face, from picking your nose. But it doesn't stop there. Our middleman here, Duke Dynamite, was born not much later on October 31st, Halloween. We believe Duke Dynamite shares a special connection with famed straitjacket escape artist Harry Houdini, who died on Halloween. And that takes us to our final little fella, right over there, the baby of the Fleet family, Nash Chopper. Nash just celebrated his 6th birthday with us right here in quarantine. That's right, on April 22nd, which is a holiday, also known as Earth Day.
We're pretty sure it's going to be big in the future, guys.
That's right. Okay.
All right, get the box.
All tied up, get the box.
China, here we come.
Here you
Next
go.
stop, China.
All right, everybody
Yeah.
in. Get
All
down in
right.
there. Here we
Okay.
go.
It's dark in there.
It's dark?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have some flashlights. Yes,
Oh, there
I've got
it
flashlights.
Good
Flashlights.
idea.
Okay, here you go, guys. There you go. All right.
Hey, boys, don't sit on the flashlights.
Why would I?
Good question.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Well,
Well-
don't eat any bats.
Yeah.
What? What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? Let me get you a granola bar. Hold on. Okay, here we
Good
go.
enough.
All right, granola bars for everybody.
I have to pee.
You have to pee
Already?
already? Hold it. China's not far.
No, baby.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
All right. Let's seal them up.
All right.
I'm so excited.
What are you gonna do first?
I'm going to poop by myself.
Poop alone. That's a good one. I'm gonna read a book in the tub.
Ooh, that's good. Hey, I'll throw you a radio.
Ooh, thanks. How considerate. That sounds like a new act.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Careful.
Getting close.
Sealing
Yes.
these up.
All right. Yes.
Funny, if we've been this careful 6, 7, and 8 years ago. Anyway. All right.
You
Hey,
okay?
I don't know. Do you think they can breathe in there?
Who cares? I mean, yeah. I think I have a screwdriver.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna do with
screwdriver. I'm gonna poke some holes, some air holes, of course.
Oh, like for
All right.
puppies.
All right, here we go. Oh God, this is awesome. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
All right.
I'm not even sure if they need air holes
Hey.
anymore.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I already scheduled the online pickup, so
We're
we can
off. Let's go. Awesome. Okay.
Hey, so are we really all alone?
We are all alone. We should watch an adult movie.
Oh yeah, you mean like Iron Man?
Totally.
Oh my gosh, you know what's funny? It's so weirdly quiet in here.
It is kind of quiet. Yeah.
It's like almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just 2 of us in this whole house alone?
I'm lonely.
I feel like we should go out and do something. Look into that banging sound.
That banging sound is pretty intense. That banging sound is intense as the cookies in China. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Over there.
I think I'm supposed to see you.
Okay.
Hey, why does Trevor look like our basement? Trevor looks like our basement with our mom and dad. I don't know about you, but that's good.
Oh, boys! Boys, wait there.
Oh, it feels like forever.
Oh, it's been so long.
Thank goodness we're finally back together again.
All right. What should we do now?
We should do the greatest of all family activities.
Watch
Watch
a
us!
circus!
Watch the circus. Thanks, everybody.
The Fleet Family 5! Ah, love you guys! Well, folks, after a nice escape act left like that, we're going to keep it in the sideshow realm. For those of you that were with us last week, you know that I had an exquisite failure attempting what I like to call the kendama blockhead. Now, how many of you out there are making your first visit here to Bindlestiff's Open Stage Variety Show Quarantine Edition? Oh, enough of you that I have to explain what the kendama blockhead is. Now, for those of you not familiar with the blockhead is a classic sideshow stunt. in which the performer would take a nail, a screwdriver, anything in that realm, and just pound it all the way back into their head. Then there's this thing called the kendama. The kendama is a nerd skill toy, a cup and ball sort of thing. And the gist of that is you're simply trying to get the ball into the cup, like that. So the kendama blockhead is taking those two skills and fusing them together. So we start with the blockhead realm, which is taking a 6-inch solid steel spike and pushing it all the way back into the head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt this 3 times. Now, for those of you that were here last week, you know that I failed on that. I haven't practiced it at all in the past week. So once again, we will give it 3 attempts. See what happens. Now, when it's successful, there's very little pain because the ball goes up, lands in the cup, and that's it. However, when I miss, the ball goes up in the air, misses the cup, drops down, and creates a little teeter-totter force right like that, which makes it so the tip of the nail is pushing up into the top of the head right about there. Hurts quite a bit, so we'll do it 3 times. Attempt number 1. And with that, we come to attempt number 2. I touched the cup, and now, for the 3rd and final attempt today. And with that, friends, you have reason to watch next week. Eventually I'll get it and have to pull out another skill, but until we get it, we'll just keep trying kendama blockhead. It's a lovely thing. And now, folks, we come to the portion of the show called the Community Bulletin Board. The Community Bulletin Board is something that has been a part of the Open Stage Variety Show for many years. It's a chance to talk about what's happening in the greater circus world. I invite those of you out there on the YouTubes and the Facebooks to go ahead and just start putting notes out there of links and such of what you're doing. So if you're doing a workshop, if you're doing a show online, let the world know now. We're also going to go amongst our cast and let them tell you about some of the things they're doing. Starting it off with Edge.
Okay.
Aha! Hello, everybody. I can see, but I'm not ready for you. I'm not ready. I haven't even gone yet. So I'm going to hand you over to my darling wife. My darling wife is exactly who I would like to promote here at the Community Bulletin Board.
How's it, everybody? I'm Selkie. I'm originally from South Africa, and then I married this guy and ended up here in Orlando, Florida. And at 7 o'clock every night, I'm a singer-songwriter, one-woman band, this drum, these guitars, bass, everything you can think of, backup vocals, even the dog's breath goes into my looping pedal, and I'm able to make a one-woman band thing every 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on weeknights. So come hang out with me. It's Selkie, like Selki. Yeah, thanks for having me, chat.
I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Thanks, Keith.
Hey everybody, Elia here, your stage manager.
Excellent. Thank you. Perfect. Exactly what we need.
I'm also running things. So if you have a liking for songs about death, crime, paranormal activity, fancy outfits, special guests, I have good news, which is that my goth folk duo, Charming Disaster, is presenting a live stream concert every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. You can tune in on Facebook or on YouTube, and I think we're sharing some links in the comments, and we would love to see you there. We've been doing these shows every week, and they are a lot of fun. I'm going to pass you over to our next performer, Olivia. Is going to tell you about what she's got going on.
Hi, how you going? So my friends, I run a very similar kind of Australian version of the Bindlestiff online show. It's called Varietyville. If you can find them on Facebook, Varietyville Productions. The show is unfortunately at 8 p.m. Australian time, so that's like 6 a.m. I think New York time, so only for the early birds. Also, my friend has like an online magazine and a YouTube channel that's really worth checking out. A lot of Australian contemporary artists called Carnival Cinema. So yeah, check that out. And I hope you guys don't mind, just while I'm here, just wanted to send my love from Australia. I know it's been really tough over there, and especially in New York. So yeah, I just wanted to send all my love to family and friends, and thank you guys for having me. Mwah.
Yep. All right. All right, I can start my video. Hi, everybody. We're the Fleet Family 5, and we also run a university. It's Fleet Family 5 University, also known as FFFU. Right. So in addition to making yourself smarter at FFFU, it also makes really funny t-shirts. And you can get your FFFU t-shirts and surgical masks for real and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff. And all of it says FFFU. You can get it right here at
fleetfamily5.threadless.com.
There you go. Thanks, everybody.
Who cares about
Goodbye,
this?
everyone.
Who cares about
So
this?
long, farewell.
And
We're still on.
oh, come on. Why did you have?
Can you see me? Hi. Hi, I'm Dan Wasdahl. I'm a cast member with Whiz Bang Circus Theater in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm also juggling coach there, and we'll be starting a circus school when the plague lifts. Back to you, Elia.
Oh, hi, it's me again. Thanks, Dan. So right now, there are almost 400 people watching this show. We are so thrilled that you're here with us. The Bindlestiff Family Circus has been making art and making joy for people for 25 years now, which is pretty incredible. And we're so glad that even in the midst of this pandemic, we're able to continue making shows, making joy, and connecting with our people, not just in New York at our monthly show, but people all around the world. And it means a lot to us that you're here. So we hope that you will, oh, sorry, I have to do an admin thing. Here we go. So if you are able to donate to support what we're doing here, we really appreciate it. And it helps keep these shows going. It helps keep these artists going during a really tough time, and helps us continue connecting with you, our community. We love you. Thanks so much. Back to you, Keith. Oh, no, wait, Stephanie is up next, I believe.
Hello.
You're on.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
This is the disembodied head of quality control here at the Bindlestiff Family Circus with a brief audience survey moment. Is your visual sense pleased by the various backgrounds and costumes? So far, so good? Yes or no? Take a moment. Question 2. Are you satisfied with the ratio of humor and pathos in tonight's presentation? Yes or no? Take a moment. Question 3. What has been your favorite aroma during tonight's experience? Keep that one to yourself. And question 4, were you made to feel welcome? If you weren't, well, here's an eye lock and a deep, committed hand-holding handshake. We're so glad you're here. And now for a real moment. We're actually doing an audience survey to find out ways that we can reach you better during this time when we can't actually be together. So I'm going to paste a link in the comments section. And if you would just take a little time to answer these half dozen questions, we could figure out better ways of getting the goods to you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Elia. Thank you, everyone, for just telling us what's happening around the community. Now, our next artist trained as a gymnast. She was a competitive springboard diver. She works as a knowledge management lawyer and has been training aerial for the past 6 years. Welcome, Beth Bury.
Okay.
Beth Fury. Ah, delightful. Now, friends, some of you out there may be wondering, how can I be part of this magic? Well, you see, we don't really know how long the pandemic's going to keep us off stages. We don't know how long we're going to be doing this show. At this point, we have dates booked at least through May, maybe beyond that. We still have a few openings over the course of May. John, let's go ahead and put up that screen there so people can know how to find us. Now, like I said, we still have a few spots left over the next month. And if we keep going after that, we have lots of spots. And we're looking for amazing talent from anywhere around the world, as long as they can wake up in time to do 7:30 Eastern time. So if you want a little spotlight, I suggest you email me, keith@bindlestiff.org. And if you can put a little video, give me a vision of what you're thinking, that'll help. Go ahead and send them along. And let's go ahead and bring it back to me, because I'm going to go ahead and introduce our next artist. This next artist has known us for nearly 20 years. In 2003, he made his way into Bindlestiff's Palace of Variety on 42nd Street, looking around, just wondering what was going on. I have a feeling Brent Swanson helped bring the two of us together, because we're friends over this one prop known as the Diablo. He's taken a very simple circus prop and expanded. He's actually built his isolated shelter dedicated to this prop. So folks, locked down with all of his toys, oh my, Edge.
Bindlestiff Nation! Bindlestiff Nation, are you there? Are you there, my crazy band of brothers from the north? You merry band of entertainers who will not succumb to the evil empire that is the COVID. We will not succumb to the COVID. We will entertain, we will find revelers, and we will entertain the revelers. Come anything, come any COVID. Who cares about the COVID? We will entertain, and I will entertain you, Bindlestiff Nation, my brothers to the north. From here, the land of the mouse, the land of Bucky the Clown and the rice shell range. This, a Chinese yo-yo, spins in the air, bounces off of the bungee cord, an idea born many years ago in vaudeville. But here today, a spinning Diablo, stay in character, stay in character. A spinning Diablo and a bungee cord makes for many an adventure, I tell you. Now here in my hand, I have a beautiful device that allows me to change the environment in which I perform. Because here, in the land of the mouse, you never know who's looking, where the COVIDs lurk. Sometimes we must change the environment so that they cannot find us. But you, revelers, you, Bindlestiff Nation, will be entertained in the dark. Let's see if we can do it. I don't know. Looks like maybe we are ready. Looks like maybe we are set. Let me remove my Diablos of death. Yeah. Let's bring in music. Bring me the audio ape. Okay, Bindlestiff Nation. I have one last and final trick for the Bindlestiff Nation. In life of trying to do something new, I've invented a new trick just for you, Keith, just for you. In this trick, I will attempt to throw the Diablo up into the upper echelons of bounce ability, run back, kiss the camera right here, mwah! Get back before the Diablo stops bouncing. Here we go, attempt number 1. Attempt number 1. Mwah! Ah! First try, Bindlestiff Nation. Be well in the north. Be well in the north. Don't give in to the COVID. We will prevail. We will prevail. Farewell.
Thank you, Edge. Ah, such a delight to see it in action again. Bouncing all over and even the kiss just for us. Thank you. Ah. Well, friends, our next entertainer is going to take us to the heights of theatrical endeavors. He has taken historical high points in stride. Performing at Bindlestiff's Palace of Variety on 42nd Street, he was the last person to present a flea circus in Times Square. But tonight, we have released the fleas, because tonight he will be shaking the underpinnings of the theatrical world. Tonight, he will share with us an excerpt from one of those shows in which he enacts Sophocles' complex tragedy, Oedipus Rex, using Barbie dolls as actors. He calls it the Barbie Oedipus. Although I believe that one of the actors is actually Jordan from New Kids on the Block. By the way, it's important to note at this juncture that this show has not been endorsed by the Mattel Corporation in any way. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Gertzikoff and the Barbie Oedipus.
Woe is Thebes! A curse rages on the land. A blight is on the harvest and on the grazing flocks and herds. A blight on women having babies. The plague is killing everyone else. Our world-renowned king, Oedipus, has sworn upon his eyes to do all that the oracle decrees to end this awful nightmare. He thinks he knows it all, but he does not know that soon he too will fall. It is the thing that is plainest that is seen last. Oedipus will miss this vital fact. We now bring you to Oedipus's throne room. Bring me Tiresias, the blind seer. If anyone can advise me, he can. Ah, Tiresias, blind seer to the gods. Your blinded eyes see naught, but you yourself see all. Do you know why? Of course I know. I'm the prophet after all. What misery it is to be wise. Let me go home. It is best if you bear your burden and I will shoulder mine. Speak, do not withhold your word of knowledge. Speak your wisdom. Who has slain Laius? That which will be, and I will be mute about it. I have no more to say. I will not stint my words. If you are silent, it is because you planned the crime. And were you not blind, I would swear that you alone had done the dirty deed. Oh, you think it so? Very well, I'll tell you. Thou art the man, thou the accursed polluter of the land. What? Repeat yourself and remove all doubt. I say, thou art the murderer of the man whose murderer thou pursuest. Vile slander. You blurt forth these insults and hope as seer to go scot-free. I am free, strong in the strength of truth. Yet I will say more to aggravate your rage. You have married your mother and murdered your sire, as the prophecy foretold. You use that ancient prophecy to thwart me. My parents live in Corinth, far from where I may do one them harm. Say what you will, it is but wasted breath. This day will be thy birthday and thy grave. You love to speak in riddles and dark words. In solving riddles, who is as skilled as you, Oedipus? For those of you unfamiliar with Greek history, Oedipus solved the riddle of the Sphinx. Now back to our regularly scheduled tragedy. Enough! Hear my wisdom, Oedipus! Ask your wife Jocasta about her dead son. Seek among the men of sheep for clues. It is the forks in the road that will unravel you. Ponder these words, and then, if I have missed my mark, say I have no wit or skill in prophecy. Take me home, boy. Take him quickly, his presence irks me. Yet, we can dismiss this foolishness, but with a simple test. Summon my wife, Jocasta. She will put the lie to these fictions. Ah, Jocasta, my dear, come here. The oracle has decreed that I must find the man who murdered your husband, Laius. I am familiar with the prophecy, but regard it not. The oracle is often wrong. He once told Laius that he would die by the hand of his own son, a child to be born by me. The fact is, robbers killed him, highwaymen, not Thebans, at a spot where 3 roads meet. As for the child, he was 3 days old when Laius gave it to be cast away, ankles pierced and pinned by others on a desolate mountaintop. What memory, what wild tumult of the soul came over me as I did hear you speak. Your face is drained. What has shocked or startled you? I thought I heard you say that Laius was murdered at the meeting of 3 roads. So ran the story that is current still. What is it, Oedipus, that moves you so? Ask me not yet. Tell me the build and height of Laius. Was he in manhood's prime? But tall was he, and his hair was lightly strewn about with silver, not unlike you in form. Methinks I have unwittingly laid a dread curse upon myself. What did you say, oh my liege? When I look upon you, I tremble. One further question will resolve all doubt. Had he few attendants or a train of men-at-arms? There will be 5 in all, and one of them a herald. Alas, 'tis clear as noonday now. I was at that crossroads. I slew those men with these hands, and now pollute the bed of him I slew. And fleeing, a wretch, doomed to be banished. Can one wonder at my punishment? My friends, tell me, where's the palace of Oedipus? Or better yet, where's the king? Here's the palace, and there's the king. Whose messenger are you? I come from Corinth with sad tidings. Polybus, father of Oedipus, has died. My father dead? Then in punishment for one such as myself. Tell me, stranger, from your mouth, by sickness or by treachery was he visited? He died of noble age, asleep. Alas, there fell a noble man. Yet this proves the prophecy against me is false. Here my father is dead and in his grave, and I never unsheathed my sword. What was foretold against me is also dead. Dust, ashes, nothing, dead as Polybus. Yes, but my king will not own his tragedies. Glad the prophecy is finished. You must go at once. She who bore you as a child, your self-imposed exile must end. I wish I shared your confidence, but while my mother lives, I still must live in dread, though half convinced I will not risk the dreaded curse of bedding with a blood relation. My son, 'tis clear you know not what you do, and this is why you brought us to return. What did you say? For heaven's sake, man, tell me all. Polybus is not to you in blood. He is as much your sire as I am, and no more. Many years ago, I was a shepherd near Citharon's land. I found a beaver on the mountainside. He had been left to die. I saved that boy from his guilty. I have pinned the ribbons that held his feet and fed him. Being but a little shepherd, I could not raise the baby as my own. Polybus agreed to take him and raise him as his own. That boy was you, Oedipus. But I'm not of Polybus's blood. Then whose? The marks on your ravens may be for royal blood of the house of Laius, king of Thebes. Oh, how wretched do I feel. It was I that left you there to die. I, the monster who slew her son to save her husband from the prophecy. In doing so, the curses have all come true. I have bred a double brood, husband by husband, children by my child. The gods are cruel, and my ugly fate is deserved. Ah me, all come to pass, all true. Oh light, may I behold thee nevermore. I have murdered my father, married my mother, an incestuous killer, triple cursed! And thus our play ends. The queen is mad. She's killed herself by her own hand, and Oedipus has gone mad. He has gouged out his eyes and threatened to exile himself from the land. Look, O countrymen and Thebans, this was Oedipus the Great, who solved the Sphinx's riddle, yet was still subject to fate. What lesson can we learn from this great life that has been marred? The simple truth has been proved. Tragedy, like math, is hard.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Barbie. Oh, theater. Well, friends, we're coming close to the end of our time together, but we have one more amazing act for you tonight. Our next entertainer is a circus legend, a juggling legend. I am honored to have her on our screen. I've been watching her work for many years now. Well known for throwing objects in the air and hitting hats. Joining us from the Sunshine State. Welcome, Gina Schwartzman Christiani. Gina Schwartzman Christiani. Ah, delightful, folks. Well, I hate to say, but we've come to the end of our time together. But before I bring everyone out, I'd like to first of all thank all of you for joining us tonight. Thank you for supporting live online entertainment, and thank you for supporting the artist. But friends, before I bring everybody out, we have a special occasion tonight. One of our techs happens to have a birthday. So what I was thinking is we'll bring her up on the screen, and all of you out there will sing a big happy birthday to her, and I'll back you up on the nose flute. So Elia, go ahead and join us on, and all of you out there in the online land, I'll give you the first note. Here we go. Sing along if you know the words.
Touched. I've never had a birthday nose flute concert before.
Oh, my pleasure. But we also have another Bindlestiff tradition. Right over here, if you may even know of this one, it's the old cream pie in the face. So on the count of 3, it's going right in your face, lady. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Not quite getting there. Happy birthday, Elia! Little delay on the technology.
I really thought I was going to get out of it.
No way. Nice work, Phil. Thank you for joining in back there.
Oh, man. I love
So we'll let you go ahead and clean up a little bit, and we'll bring out the other techs, because the folks making us look good and sound good all night. We had Elia, we have John Huntington up in the booth, and on the social medias, we have Laura and Stephanie. And now, friends, welcome back to the stage all the fabulous performers in tonight's show. With Edge, Joe Barney, Olivia Porter, Kenny Raskin, Dan Wasdell, the Fleet Family 5, Beth Bury, Adam Gertzikoff, and Gina Schwartzman Christiani. Thank you all, you folks. I've been your host, Keith Nelson. This has been the Bindlestiff Open Stage Variety Show Quarantine Edition. Stay safe, stay home, and love one another. We thank you for supporting live entertainment, and we invite you to join us here, same place, same location, same time, next week.